how's it going? This is my 2015 Mazda CX-5. I've spent most of this year getting it ready for this road trip I'm on, converting it into a car camper, giving it all the features and things I need to pretty much be comfortable at a campground, living in it. So I just wanted to give you a quick tour of all the things I've done to it, things that I've got going on, hopefully give you some ideas for your car conversion. All right, first things first, I got some roof racks going on, some Rhino racks. These are just studded straight into the car. I don't have the manufacturer side runners, so these each have a single bolt that go into the mount points on all four corners. On top of that, I've got a roof basket, and because these mount points are really far apart on the car, I needed a basket that would reach the full length. So I made this roof basket out of 80/20 extruded aluminum. This was all custom ordered and custom cut from T-Nuts, t-nutz.com. And I made this custom fit to size. They also have an offset vertically, so I added an 1.5 inch piece on the bottom and the back, and that leveled it out perfectly. Now for storage up on the roof rack, I can ratchet strap a table down, chairs, whatever I might want. Here's a Pelican case I had lying around that I modified, and this is a big shout out to Overland Under Budget on YouTube. He showed how to make this modification. You put a bolt through right below the side latches, and then you can ratchet strap the entire case to the roof rack. And this is where I keep all my towels, things I want to keep dry, leveling blocks. I've got a solar shower in here. I've got some extra propane. My main propane tank will go in there, so it doesn't have to ride in the cabin with me. And then I just toss a lock on that, and no one's really messing with it. Now, the entire bed is built around these two toolboxes that I keep in year round, but they're two pieces and they latch together like this. The reason for that is if I ever do get a flat tire, my spare tire is right underneath these. And on the side of the road, I don't want to be messing around with this big, huge toolbox I'm trying to get out of the trunk. So this way it's just two small boxes. There's no flooring or bottom to these boxes. It just goes right down to the trunk floor, which makes them lighter and easier to handle. There's no need for a bottom anyways. So this left side is all my livable items, things I need just day to day. The right side is purely cooking and kitchen. That spot right there is where I put my Coleman 2-burner stove, and I've got all my cooking utensils, coffee setup, water filter, plates, dishes, pretty much everything I will need to make food. I've got my Coleman 2-burner out right now. I've been using it. And then on this side, I've got things like ratchet straps in my ammo box. There's a air compressor in case I do want to take some air out of my tires and hit some rougher terrain. I can always fill them back up. I've got a hammock, little chair, things like that. So umbrella, jumper cables. Now, what's kind of cool is up here in the lid is a table, and I will show you how I set this up real quick. All you gotta do is pull this little cotter pin out, set that aside, and then this table just lifts out. There are these folding arms on the bottom, come down, lock in place. And then the table just hooks onto these hooks that are on the toolboxes. And there you've got a little work area, cook surface, whatever you really need it to be. It's pretty sturdy. These arms, these folding arms actually hold something crazy like 500 pounds. So you can put some pressure on this. I don't want to do anything too crazy, but I am pushing on it pretty hard, and it's nice and sturdy. So I feel comfortable cooking on it, making coffee on it, pretty much anything I need to do day to day, it's just fine for. All right, let me put this away and we'll move on. All right, so normally when I'm driving, this is what the back looks like, and I will put my cooler and my water tank or whatever else I need back here. And then when I'm ready for sleep mode, that's when I convert this bed out. Down here on the sides, here's toiletries. Oops, got that stuck. There's toiletries right there. Some extra tool if I want to create some more mosquito netting, I can. And over here is where I keep the stuff for the bedding. So got a blanket and a sheet. I've got some bug nets on the back so I can crack these at night and get some airflow. I've also got these cool battery powered fans. Are USB rechargeable. They also have a built-in light on them. So you just hold down the power button and you get a light. Got these on Amazon. They are awesome. Highly recommend them. You can both charge them on USB and charge another device from the internal battery, so they work multi-purpose there. There's a 10,000 milliamp battery in those. And I've got one on each side, so I can make a push-pull configuration. I can put them both on one side and pull. Just whatever the wind's doing, I can lean into that a little bit. I also got some Reflectix and custom cut them for all of my windows. I just have one small piece of Velcro holding them up, and then I friction fit everything else, so this will all tuck in the corner, and it stays up well enough for now. Now I normally put my luggage over here in the driver's seat, and I can still access it as storage down here for either I put dirty dishes there if I don't want to clean them before bed, or it could be overflow for like shoes and socks. And then in the passenger seat is where I normally put my ice chest. But for this road trip, I'm keeping some meat frozen with some dry ice, and I don't want the carbon dioxide to kill me in my sleep. So I'm gonna opt for keeping that outside for this one. And you'll see that both the driver and passenger seat are pulled all the way forward. And the reason for that is there is a 7-inch extension here, which is on piano hinges. There's 2 piano hinges on either side. This folds in during drive mode, and these can come all the way back to their normal driving position. And then when it's time to sleep, I pull these forward, fold this out, and then I have the extra 7 inches of sleeping space. And there's the mattress pulled all the way out and the sheet pulled right over it. From here, I can walk over to this side, and right underneath the platform, I've got some pillows. So we can put those in place. Underneath this platform extension, there's room for folding chairs and storage. This is my electronics bag where I keep my phone chargers, battery bank, all that. Down here in the floorboards, I keep miscellaneous stuff. I've got a tripod for some night photography, my day pack, and on the other side is my shoe closet where I keep my hiking shoes and driving shoes, etc. Now I've got a wireless key fob car. The problem is if this were to die and I were to have all the doors shut and then I get locked out of the vehicle, I have no way back in. So what I do is I remove the key from the bottom of the fob. That way if I do get locked out, I can still open the driver door with this, and I just leave the fob in here. So that way it's not auto locking the car every time I close the doors. Now the idea is you climb in from the rear hatch and then you just use this handle and the top of the plastic here to close it up. And once you're all in, that's fine and well. But if you want to get back out, there is no release hatch button inside anywhere, and the key fob does not have a button for that either. So what I did was installed this momentary, normally open push button in the B pillar. So if you push it, you could hear the rear hatch motor actuate. So that way you can push this, and then using your feet, you just kick the rear hatch a little bit, and the gas struts will open it back up. Before I did that, me and my fiance had to climb out the side doors, and trust me, it's less than ideal. Even though we're really small people, it is not comfortable to try to climb out. So if you take a look in here, you'll see this car has, this is the motor, and that little arm is what actually moves the pulley to open up the rear latch. And that is electronically activated. So I couldn't just put a pull string in there, which is what my original plan was, to open it. But the button worked out just fine. As for my little patio setup, this is just like a 8x10 tarp, and then these poles I got on Amazon. I think they were like 50 bucks for the pair, and I just used some tie line to put them in the ground with some stakes, and now if it does start raining, we can still sit outside, enjoy some dinner, beat the heat if it's really sunny. We can also use this tarp to make a privacy wall for changing or showering. You would just open up that front door, clip on that side to the roof rack, the other side clips on to the door. Alternatively, we can use one of these poles to bring the wall out a little bit. That way you can have a shower, change clothes without people really looking on too much. I added on these mud flaps from Rock Blocks. They are phenomenal quality, and they're like $100 for the set. Kind of pricey for mud flaps, but trust me, they're fantastic. They're worth every penny. My next set of tires, I'm definitely going to get some mild all-terrain tires. These are just kind of regular road tires. They're doing their job for now, but waiting for these to wear out so I can get something that's a little more capable, gives me a little more confidence on a gravel road. Now, in an ideal setup, I would have a little trailer on the back with a small motorcycle so that we can park the car, set it up, and then when we're ready to go out, we can just take the motorcycle and not have to break this down every time we leave. For now, doing road trips the way I'm doing them, point to point, you got to break down every day anyways because you're leaving the campground, so it works out just fine. Another thing that I would probably do if I was going to make this a more permanent living solution is remove the spare tire, which is a full-size tire, from the trunk, put that on a bumper mounted swing arm, and then put a water tank right there in the trunk with some hookups. That way you can carry a lot more water without having to have this big 20-liter jug that you're carrying around all the time, and I think that'd be really cool. Well, that's my entire setup. Would love to know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions for what I could do differently or better, please let me know. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed. Take care.